Yeah, I'm almost just choked to death. Trying to drink some water and I went down the wrong way. I'm like, oh my God. So if I keep coughing, just know I'm okay. It was in my throat, my nose. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I was trying to go laugh and all, trying to drink and just craziness. That's okay. Because that happens. I know I'm not the only one, y'all. But let's go ahead and get into this video. Goodness gracious. So like I said, let's go ahead and get into this video. Of course, I want to do this video today just to, of course, I guess I can say talk about a revelation I've had too, but I'm sure there are other people, of course, have had similar. I guess I can't say revelation. I don't know what the word is. I'll figure it out whenever I can get the word to come in my head. I put it that way. 'Cause I know it's not revelation, but I'm trying to. Okay, let me see. Let's restart this. Whatever. So like I said, today I want to talk about, like I said, something that's hopefully motivating to you all. Sharing my story and what I'm, of course, thought about going through, what I'm going to be doing, that type of thing. Not the whole plan, because I don't have a whole plan right now. I just have what I want to do and when possibly it's going to take place. I guess I put it that way. Because I know some of y'all, of course, know who I am. Some of y'all don't. But for y'all who don't, I'm Janetta, of course. I'm a social worker. I'm a coach. I'm a baker. I love doing creative things. I've done all types of things. But like I said, definitely one of the things that I've always dreamed about doing and really want to do, and my heart is really set on, and it's been set on it since I was a kid, actually, before I even started grade school, was traveling. We used to see, or I used to watch on TV, like the History Channel. I don't know what it was called back then. History, National Geographic, the traveling shows. I think it was just Channel 9 probably, or Channel 24, one of those from St. Louis. But like I said, they talked about traveling. They talked about the foods that you can have, the cultures that you can meet, the religions that were there, all types of things. And of course, I still love to read. But of course, they had books like some of y'all may not even know what an encyclopedia is, but they had encyclopedias back in the day. And of course, when I did start school, I used to, of course, read some of the actual encyclopedias, like some of the places I never heard of, some of the places I'm like, I got to go to these places. I don't know what this place is. It looks so beautiful. Look at the mountains, look at the ocean, all those things. And like I said, I've always wanted to, of course, to just get out there and travel. I know you have to have funds for it. I understand that. But like I said, I've always wanted to get out there and travel and start doing something that's one of the things, like I said, my heart has been set on since I was a kid. And since I have been learning about all these places since I was younger and trying to figure out, looking, of course, now we have YouTube and all that kind of stuff, so you can see places now too. Actually like the videos and stuff like that. And like I said, I keep saying that I want to travel and do all these things. I want to see the world, and which I've seen some parts of the world, I guess I put it that way, mainly the Caribbean areas and, like, of course, the U.S., that's where I stay. But like I said I want to start seeing other places and doing other things. And I know it's going to take me a while to, of course, build up to that. I'm pretty sure of that because I'm a social worker. Our salary ain't that big. So like I said, definitely I'm going to have to work my way up to that. And I know that, of course, budget travel, of course, I've researched it all. I know that it exists. I've done videos on my eTravel with Toni channel on YouTube. So I know doggone well how to do these things, but I just had not been doing it. I guess I put it that way. So I'm just letting y'all know, of course. It won't be today, of course. Our next trip is not until November. Our next cruise is not until November. But like I said, I know building my way up to these things, of course, to start building my experiences, my exploration travel, that kind of thing in the state of Arizona, the places that's close to Arizona, I guess I put it that way as well. I'm going to my partner and I had a conversation, and ChatGPT this morning about this, actually. But like I said, I know I have to start getting out there and paying for different things. I know that I'm always trying to find a cheap way out of something and trying not to pay so much for this, pay so much for that, and trying to find the budget route, and which is fine. You can always do that. And I do this. I'm still going to do that anyway, I'm sure. But like I said, I just saw a hummingbird fly past. But like I said, I know I have to start getting out there and doing the actual events, the actual experiences, and all those types of things as well. So I decided this morning, actually, well, let me see. My partner threw it out there anyway, said that I need to start just go ahead and doing it no matter how much it costs. I guess I put it that way. But of course, I'm sticking with the budget too. But like I said, he said that the other day, and this morning, like I said, I had to make a hard decision because this is something that, like I said, that's near and dear to me. It may not be the same to him. He wants to travel, that kind of thing too, but probably not to the extent that I want to travel. So like I said, I had to make a decision. And I made a decision this morning to go ahead and start doing the little small travel, the small experiences, the things that I can do here in the area first, of course, and work my way on up, of course. But like I said, I just want to bring this video to y'all because, like I said, I know there's many of y'all out there that's struggling, not just with travel. I'm talking about traveling because that's something that's near and dear to me. It may not be near and dear to you, but for me it is. But you may want to start a business, a small home business, or you may want to get another job, or you may want to, I don't know, go walking on trails, whatever it is, start eating healthier foods, whatever it is. Just know that you can do it with small steps, especially if you don't have the money to jump right in right away. I don't have the money to jump right in and go take a whole year of trips and this kind of thing every week and that kind of thing. No, I don't have the money right now. But like I said, I have to work my way up to that. And you can work your way up to whatever your goal is as well. Just know that. Like I said, yes, I'm the one that's trying to save and be on a budget and make sure I can do all these things. But like I said, it starts small. I'm going to start with the local, like car shows, events that we have here in Tucson, all that kind of stuff. You can start with the small things as well. For instance, if you're trying to bake, I'm a baker. I have a baking business for, I guess, part-time as well, besides being the full-time social worker. And that baking brings me definitely joy, brings me happiness. And of course, it lets me put most of my creativity into it to create what I want to a certain extent. I guess what the customers want as well, but I can still create. It brings me joy and it's something that I'm making money off of. I had to start small. I started baking back. Well, I was a little kid when I started baking with my big mama, but on my own, I started baking when I first got my first apartment. I was 19? Let me see. I think I was about 19 years old when I got my first apartment. And yes, I messed up a whole lot of things. I forgot to put sugar in. I made some gooey butter cakes. Forgot to put the doggone powdered sugar. Just forgot a whole bunch of stuff. Tastes like some babies. It just tastes horrible. Forgot sugar and peach cobbler. Baked the whole peach cobbler. Got out the oven. I'm like, this will taste so nasty. But I forgot the sugar in it. Just like I said, things happen. Of course, I know how to put the sugar in there now. I just forgot because I was trying to do so many steps and trying to figure out this and figure out that. That's how your goal is going to be too. And that's how this traveling thing is going to be too. Like I said, it's not going to be perfect. Nothing's perfect at all. There's going to be hiccups and hang-ups. There's going to be things that's going to happen. My phone may shut down. I can't record or whatever it is. You may have something going on. You want to start your business or you want to look for another job. And you may have something that, of course, is trying to stop you. Just know that don't allow those things to stop you, especially if that's your goal and that's what you want to do. I know that some people, of course, oh, well, this can happen, that can happen. I'm an overthinker too. I know exactly what can happen. I put it that way. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Just know that. But just know that those things should not stop you from achieving whatever your goal is that you want to achieve. Like I said, I don't care if it's traveling like I want to do or having a small part-time business at home or whatever it is. Learning to eat right and cooking healthy foods or writing poetry, losing weight, whatever it is. Just know that you can do this. And just know, like I said, don't let anything stop you from doing that. Yes, while I may not have all the money in the world. And hey, Lala, thank you for tuning in. I hope that you're doing well. And like I said, I may not have all the money to, of course, go travel today at all. Like I said, we have a cruise in November. Yes, I'm going to start there too. But there's other things that I can do, like take like little weekend trips. Film that. I may not do all these restaurants, and my health is way more important than the eating, but I will eat some foods. I put it that way as well. But like I said, there's all types of events, activities, different things like that I can film. Yes, I got to pay for it. There ain't no cheap way to do this at all. There ain't no cheap way to do anything that we want to do, really, unless it's something that's you can do for free, like loving other people, learning communication skills, or those things are free. But when it comes to actually having a goal that you want to actually achieve, you have to put some money towards it in some kind of way. It may not be, traveling is going to be a lot, I can tell you that, but other things that you may want to do may not be that much at all. It may just take you to buy a baking pan and start baking. I don't know what it is. Or to buy some paper and a notebook to start writing your poetry and writing books and that kind of thing. That's not a lot. Of course, you got to publish it and do all that kind of stuff. Amazon's free. Of course, they'll charge you per book, but it's still free. So you don't have to put that much money towards it. But the thing I'm trying to say here is, like I said, do what you need to do in order to achieve your goals. Yes, it's going to be slow in the beginning. Yes, it's going to look like nobody's listening or nobody cares, or you may want to give up. I want to give up several times. And I think I posted some of that on her too over the years, I'm pretty sure. But like I said, don't let those, whatever those things and the things that you're trying to give up on, don't let nothing get in your way. Y'all, that water still. Good Lord Jesus. But like I said, keep doing what you got to do in order to get to the point that you want to get to. Like I said, I know for me, it's not going to come tomorrow. Yes, I can take an activity tomorrow or go on an exploration tomorrow, but it's not going to be tomorrow. At some point, I do want to monetize what I'm doing. That's not going to be tomorrow. Unless I'm taking tomorrow and taking trips for the rest of the year every week, then yes, it probably will be this whole year. I'm pretty sure that probably the next month or two. That's not possible. Like I said, my salary does not require, but I guess, what is Kevin? I forgot what Kevin Hart said. Or that's how my salary made up, or his car made up or something. Y'all get the point. Whatever it was a joke, but still, you have to do what you can with the money or and the resources that you got. I don't care what it is you're trying to do. Just know that you can still do it, but it may take you a little while to get there. That's the only thing. I know I don't have patience. Like, sometimes I take that back. I am a very patient person to a certain extent. To a certain extent, like I said, to a certain extent, I'm a very patient person. But when I want something really bad and it doesn't happen tomorrow, I'm like, oh my God, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. And I'm sure y'all can identify with that. I got to know that I have the next year to try to make this work. I guess I put it that way. And some of y'all may know at some point I said I do want to quit my job and stop working in the social work field and doing something that I love and that I can appreciate myself and that I created. That is what I'm looking to do. Some of y'all may not be out here doing those types of things. You don't have to. That's not your goal. That's not your plan. That's my plan. It may not happen in the same way that yours is going to happen, and that's okay. Everybody's going to be different. God gave everybody a different amount of skills, talents, and abilities in order to create the life that we have and whatever it is that you want. Mine is different. Yours is going to be different. Yours could take off in 2 days. Who know? I really don't know. Some people are lucky enough that does happen to. But for majority of us, it does not happen that way. So just know the patience is going to have to be in there somewhere. You're going to have to be patient. I'm telling you this, and I'm telling myself this too. I'm going to have to be patient. I'm giving I guess I can say the next year and that kind of thing, but in the next year, well, actually in the next few months, by the end of the year, y'all gonna be like, where in the hell this girl has not been yet? Because I was planning on my activity calendar for the rest of the year, actually, already this morning. Took me about 20, 30 minutes to look up some activities, figure out what's going on. I have to figure out what November, of course, the cruise, but October is going to be very, very crowded with a whole bunch of things. I'm probably going to be tired as I don't know what, but that's all right. Like I said, if I want this goal and I want this to happen, I got to make the content in order for this to happen. And it's not going to happen just because I said so or I want to be, want to travel and do all this stuff. I have to actually take the actions to do that. And that's what I'm telling you. Take the actions to do whatever it is that you say you're wanting. I know you got this. I know. Yes, it's going to be frustrating. I've cried many days, pissed off, upset. This ain't working. That ain't working. All this kind of stuff. You're going to be the same way. All of us, whoever trying to complete any goal, unless it's a small, tiny goal, otherwise you're going to be feeling the same way. F this, I'm tired of it. Because I've said that many a times. To my partner, to myself, to ChatGPT, to whoever else. I've said it on her I guess a few times as well. Over the years, I'm pretty sure that. And like I said, we have to realize that if you have a goal, you can definitely make that goal, but you have to make it happen in some way or the other. Like I said, me trying to be cheap and trying not to take the trips and do all this stuff, I'm going to have to start paying for these things and taking these trips. Even if it's, like I said, the events here in town, starting with that is okay. You can start with what you got as well. You may not have $1,000 to start the business today or whatever it is. Work your way up to it. Sell some stuff until you get to, I guess, to $1,000. I don't know, whatever it is you want to do, make sure you build your way up to it. It's not going to just happen because you wrote it down. Like I said, write the vision and make it plain, but you got to put action behind that. Faith without works is dead. You have to put action behind those things. It ain't going to just happen because you wrote it down. I don't care what people tell you. It's not going to happen because you wrote it down. You have to get out there and do it. And thank you, Nia, for tuning in and says, thank you. I really appreciate that. But like I said, you have to get out there and make it happen. And yes, and like I said, after all these years, I'm going to save and do all, which I've saved a lot actually, but it's not just the saving, but I'm going to take these trips and do all these things. Yes, I'm going to start taking some trips. Yes, he already knows there's going to be some money, I guess, involved. I'm pretty sure that I know that already. My partner already knows that. But yes, I'm going to make it happen too. And I know, like I said, me trying to be cheap and trying to budget this, I can budget to a certain extent. But if I want this goal to happen for me, because I want to see the world, meet people, and see how other folks live and all this kind of stuff, I got to pay for it. And if you have a goal, like I said, whether it's weight loss, whether it's eating healthy, that's not weight loss, but the eating healthier portion. That's what I'm on right now as well. Yes, you have to pay for it, and to some extent. Paying for it does not have to mean money. Paying for it can be, you don't eat those sweets tomorrow. You don't have that cake for your birthday. I didn't have a cake for my birthday. So that means that you have to stop doing, that's how you're paying for it. If you want to have your goal of losing weight, to be healthy and all this kind of stuff, you got to pay for something. It may not, like I said, it may not be money, but yes, you got to buy some little healthier foods instead of just change the way you're buying food. Cause that's what I've done over the years. But yes, I have to sacrifice those things as far as not having, I bake all the damn time because like I said, I have a baking business. So I'm making cookies, I'm making cakes, I'm making this. Now I can't eat everything at all. I haven't tasted anything. So every once in a while, yes, I'll have some of that, but just to see what it tastes like, especially if it's something new that I've made, I've never made before, to make sure it's going to taste right to the people. Other than that, that's it. I'm not able to eat every single thing that I make. That's a sacrifice, and that's how you pay for it. Even if you want to start the business, yes, you may have to put some money towards, like I think I talked about a book earlier. If you want to write a book, that's your author business. Yes, while it may cost for you to get a dollar notebook or a dollar pen or whatever you're going to start writing with, or you got to buy a laptop to put the book on, you still have to do something. You're paying for that with your time, not able to watch TV all the time and go out with family and friends all the time. That's most businesses, unless your family and friends are included in the business. You have to sacrifice that time if it's your goal. So I hope this made some sense to some people. Y'all want to get off here because I do have to get back to work today, of course. But like I said, I hope this inspires somebody to take the next steps to do whatever it is you want to do to achieve your goal. Just know that for me, it looks like it's far away. It looks like it's 15 years down the line. I'll be 70 years old by the time I go travel somewhere else. But I know doggone well it's not. That's my fault for wasting the time. I ain't gonna say wasting the time. Thinking I can do it on a budget and cheaply and all this kind of stuff, and it's just gonna come to me. Yes, I can write it down all day long, but if I don't take the action, it is not going to come to me at all. Because taking 1 or 2 trips a year, that's not going to be able to do anything. Well, it can create content, yes. Like I said, my goal the last several years, maybe, I don't know, 20 years probably now, to leave the job that I got so I can do something that I'm proud of. Do something that I created. Like I said, that's always been my plan since I first started my first job at the state, actually, working in children's division in St. Louis, Missouri. That was actually my plan from the get-go. I did not know how I was going to make it happen back then. I had no idea. I didn't really know anybody in business besides drug selling. That's all I knew. Until I got a chance to, of course, meet other people and network and that kind of thing, seeing that they own businesses and understanding that I could do that too. So like I said, I have to do it and you have to do it for yourself. And what you say, Nia said, yes, it did. Thank you. If you can dream it, you can achieve it. The money comes back. Right. Our days won't. That is very true. I work with our older population. I've been working with seniors. Let me see. For the last, what is this, 2000? So I guess like the last almost 9 years as a social worker. Right now I'm working I actually facilitate caregiver support groups. I, of course, do the intake line, like not hotline, but the intake line, helping folks out that's in crisis and that kind of thing too. But I've been facilitating support groups since the last 3 years, talking to caregivers who are dealing with folks that they have dementia, who has strokes, who are paraplegic, all types of things. They say every single support group, they wish they would have did the traveling or started the business or whatever it was back in the day. Not just for the caregiver, but the person they're caring for too. They're regretting those things, that they did not do those things. We all, of course, yes, having a job. Yes, I'm not telling you not to have a job. I have a job. Work the damn job until you can create your passion or whatever the business is that's going to sustain you. But just know that having regrets at the end of life is no joke, y'all. I've talked to many at the end of life, seeing folks dying, all types of things. We have to learn how to live our lives now, y'all. I'm not telling you to go spend all your money today. I'm not saying that. But live your life and not stop waiting until you think you're going to be in better health, or you think you're going to have enough money, or whatever, or you want to wait till you retire and all this kind of stuff. For what? I have seen many of folks retire. That's who I work with. Folks 50, 60 and up. I'm going to wait till I retire so I can travel and do all these things. Then they come to retirement. Then they got all these damn health issues that can't go nowhere. That's who I deal with every single day. Like I said, for the last almost 9 years. The caregiver support groups, what I do now, facilitating those with the caregivers, they talk about this all the time. Not just for them, but for the ones they're caring for. Had they regret that they didn't have this type of life, or that they didn't make these decisions years ago. To travel, to start the business, to have the kids, to have the house, whatever it is. I should have saved more money, whatever it is. Start doing that stuff now. What are you waiting for? I'm telling you that, and I'm telling myself too. What am I waiting for? That's why I decided this morning I need to go ahead and make this happen. Yes, whether I go broke or not, I'm going to make this happen. Trust me on that one, y'all. I'll keep y'all, of course, abreast of what's going on, that type of thing. My first event is this Saturday. Like I said, I wrote the whole calendar out until the end of this doggone year. I couldn't get all the activity because I don't know what all is going on in this state I guess in Tucson, Arizona. There's other stuff going on in the state. I don't know where everything's at. I have not traveled to different parts, so I've only been here 3 years. But I'm working on it. Trust me on that one. I have not seen the damn Grand Canyon. It's like 3.5, 4. Well, no, it's not. It's like 5 hours away from her. That is on my bucket list too. I've seen the Grand Canyon in books and on TV and all this type of thing. I'm going to see the Grand Canyon. I can tell you that. And I had this screensaver. It's not the screensaver I have right now, but it was a screensaver I had for probably about 10 years in my office. Over the years in jobs, I've had this same damn screensaver from Antelope Canyon. I had no idea there was a real place. It's in Arizona. I had no idea. I'm sitting there like this place is here. I had no. It's beautiful. It looks like it looks like like mountains, like they're tan, and they have like different color. I guess like as it goes up, the color gets darker and that kind of thing. It is beautiful. To me, it's beautiful. If you don't like hiking and mountains and stuff like that, you probably wouldn't care. But like I said, it is a beautiful place to me. Had no idea it was a real place. Until like the last year, I found out it was a real damn place. I'm like, ain't this crazy? But I'm like, okay, I'll be going to see that place. I put it that way. I know I have to make reservations because I can't just go on Native American grounds and just see anything. You have to make reservations with them. But like I said, I'm definitely going to be going to these places. It won't be today, but it'll be sometime next year. I put it that way. And yes, it's a drive. That's okay. Hopefully I can see both when I'm driving. I put it that way. But like I said, I will definitely keep y'all. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, yes, it's orange and it goes into like tan colors. And it looks like a river, like in the rocks, the way it looks. So you probably have seen it in a screensaver too. And thank you, cousin, for being on her as well. But like I said, this is just crazy. Like I said, I've been saying these things for the last I don't know how many years. And I'm just like, okay, this is ridiculous. This is in this state. I had no idea until last year. I'm like I said, I thought the place was fake. I had no idea. But like I said, I'm telling y'all all this. Like I said, you have to, if you have a goal, get out there and do it, y'all. Don't just wait until you retire or whichever the case may be. Like I said, I work with caregivers all the time whose loved ones said the same thing too. And they said the same thing. They sickly, can't go nowhere, can't do nothing. Live your life now, y'all. Yes, I know it's going to take money for me to travel. I know it's going to take money for you to do whatever you got to do too. It might. Depends on how much money. Everybody's goal is different. But get out there and start doing whatever it is your goal is, y'all. Start little by little. Like I said, I got to start little by little too. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Everybody started from zero. I'm pretty sure of that. Even the likes and stuff on social media, everybody started from zero. You have to work your way up, y'all. So like I said, I'm going to get off here. I think I've said that 2 or 3 times. But like I said, take care of y'all. Thank you all for tuning in. And cousin, thank you for tuning in. When I get the pictures, I will definitely be posting those and others too. Just to let you and everybody else know. I guess I put it that way. And let me know what your goal is. What goal are you working on that you're trying to work towards that you want to do as well. So let me know in the comments. So with that, y'all, take care of y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video. I really hope that this inspires somebody to get moving today, just like it had me. So peace out, y'all. Have a good one.